The Spread Show.
Welcome to the Conference Championship edition of The Spread. Rich and I are here to break down last week, give you a little taste of next week, and really just give you an update on how we're feeling. Both of our teams are out of the playoffs now. Well, yours was never there.
Mine was week 16, and I barely started listening to the end of the year podcast for the Cowboys. Literally this week.
Just got over it?
Yeah, finally over it.
That's fair. Well, I'm not as mad about this year with the Seahawks as I was last year.
Yeah, you guys won a playoff game.
That's true. But I'll tell you what, we're over here in Eastern Washington, snowy Eastern Washington right now. There's a lot going on with football in this state. I think the best structured organization right now might be the Seattle Dragons.
Might be.
I mean, the Cougs just hired the coach from Hawaii.
They gave him. He was making like $600K, and they're paying him over $3 million a year, almost $4 million.
That could work.
But what? Why wouldn't you just pay him like 1.2
and see how it goes?
Yeah.
Nope.
Got to give him that $3 million raise.
Yeah, I don't know.
To go from the Mountain West to Pac-12.
So the Cougs lose Mike Leach. Not great to lose him. UW loses Chris Peterson. Yeah. That didn't ever. I mean, with Mike Leach, he did raise the profile back up. I think he helped at least make WSU some sort of a gimmick that people would consider. And got to the bowl games, and
people loved watching him on TV.
Yeah,
they always popped a good rating.
Right, and then you had Chris Peterson, who I don't think ever reached where they wanted him to reach, or where maybe everyone kind of expected.
Yeah, that 1 year, and then they lost to Bama. What was it, 28-7?
Right.
Boring ass game.
Yeah, so he did a good job. He's still a good coach, I would say, considering he leaves.
It just sucks that he was like a good. I feel like all his players get drafted, but I guess they were just missing the quarterback.
It just didn't come together.
Yeah.
Ever. Yeah. Was it Browning?
Yeah, they had Browning.
It just never
thrown
really,
out route.
Yeah, it just turned out he wasn't that good.
Yeah, and then they went to Jacob Eason this year, and then they're like that 3 stretches of games where all he did was throw picks, I felt like.
Yeah. And then now you have the Seattle Seahawks, who are out of the playoffs again. Divisional round last year. They lose to the Cowboys in a very, very embarrassing, terrible game.
They should have won.
They didn't even compete, really. It was a sad game to watch. Really just haven't done anything in the playoffs in a while. And it turns out that these regular season woes at the beginning of games those aren't just regular season woes. It's something that translates heavily into the postseason when you're playing good teams. They get off to slow starts almost every time they play in the playoffs. This game was just sad watching someone who was considered the MVP of the league for half of the year just not have the ball in his hands enough in the first half of the game. It's the same script. As a Seahawks fan, you're sitting there watching and you know exactly like, oh, good, we're going to have Russ have the ball in the fourth quarter at least. And it's like, oh, this sucks. It really does suck. Because you're seeing one of the best players in the NFL completely just wasted. Like you're not watching. It's like, hey, what if we had, I don't know,
James Harden? You told him he couldn't shoot threes.
Yeah, James Harden. All you can do is drive, and don't dribble to your right ever, please.
Yeah.
Or maybe they're like, hey, we have James Harden. We need you to be a point guard. So just make sure you pass it around for the first 3 quarters. When we're down by 20 in the fourth, then we're going to need you to score a little bit.
It's like, hey, you got to get everybody involved now.
Insane. It's actually insane. And when you've done it for 6 years and the same thing keeps happening, I'm not sure that the people in charge are making the right decisions at this point.
Yeah, everyone on Twitter was just saying Seattle got to run to set up the run.
Yeah.
And I was like, if you get a 1 yard to carry, you got to do it.
When you have a drive that's 3 and out with 3 handoffs to running backs that were not on a roster.
Yeah, Homer's a 6th round
second place MVP candidate does not touch the ball or drop back, you have problems. You have real problems in the offense and your entire philosophy as a franchise.
And he just threw for 360 last week.
Yeah.
But nope, gotta keep. I almost feel bad. I'm starting to feel real bad for the guy.
Yeah.
His prime is literally being wasted away.
And he feels like he can play another 8-10 years or whatever. But this is his like athletic peak.
Yeah.
So the Seahawks have played on the road in the divisional round of the playoffs 5 times under Pete Carroll. They've been outscored 45-7 in the first quarter of those games and 67-6 in the second quarter of those games. That's unfucking believable. You can't do that. Like how is anyone okay with this? I understand like the ownership's in flux with Paul Allen passing away, but someone in that organization, there's got to be someone that's like, hey, I have a little bit more. I know Pete Carroll has a ton of power, but we can't keep doing this. Like someone needs to go to ownership and be like, look what's happening, and here's your player, your MVP, someone you can be marketing. We could be selling a ton of jerseys, and this guy's holding him back for no reason.
He should be in the State Farm commercial.
This guy, Pete Carroll may actually be senile. I don't know. Something's wrong. Like, no one should be doing this. This is absolutely crazy that you can continue to trot out there in the first halves of these games, run the ball for a half a yard, and every time you throw it, Russell Wilson's throwing for 7 yards, or I don't even know what the third down stats were for this game, but it was all Russell. Every time anything happened, it was Russell. And we knew it was going to be Russell because guess what? We don't have any running backs. They're all on the IR. All 3 of them. Why would any game plan involve Marshawn Lynch, who's basically retired?
15 months? He hadn't played 14 months?
And a guy that you never expected to touch the ball.
He was on the practice squad.
And Robert Turbin, who wasn't good when he was actually playing.
Turbin has some big old arms, though.
The Seahawks have been outscored 113-13 in first halves of those 5 road divisional playoff games. I just want people to know that 113-13 or 112-13. Sorry, that's don't want to get it too far off there. You want to know what Pete Carroll said about the first half woes?
Got to make adjustments?
No, absolutely not. You know that Pete Carroll doesn't make adjustments. So that word is not in his vocab. He said, I don't have a lock on it. I'd change it if I did. We need to be more powerful to start these games. You know what you need to do? There's one answer. What do you mean you don't have a lock on it? There is a lock. It's you're running for a 1 yard a carry and getting blown out in the first half of these games.
You got to be more powerful at the line.
I mean, the defense thing, that was not good, obviously.
He punted on 4th down when his defense
sucks.
I think the Packers were like 8 for like 11 on 3rd down.
So the Packers were terrible on 3rd and long all year.
Yeah, that's the stat I was looking up.
Bottom tier.
3rd and 6, right? They were like 31st out of 32 teams.
Yes, so they converted 6 of 9 3rd downs of 6 yards or more to go. 3rd and 8, 13 yards to Jimmy Graham. 3rd and 7, a 20-yard touchdown to Devontae Adams. 3rd and 6, 27 yards to Jimmy Graham. 3rd and 10, 11 yards to Allison. 3rd and 8, 32 yards to Devontae Adams. 3rd and 9, Jimmy Graham for 9. So, you tell me. How is this coach? He's not a bad coach, obviously. He's a culture builder. He's a player developer. He's absolutely not an X's and O's person. And I just think that overall, if there was strong ownership in place, they wouldn't be allowing this to happen. There'd be someone else there that's like, hey, we're making adjustments. I'm sorry. Either you got to leave, you got to go, or you got to make some changes.
Like they should have brought in John DeFilippo.
Sure. I mean, they could have.
Any new quarterback coach. Like just
you mean like someone to develop an offensive system?
Yeah, like another voice in the room.
Yeah, I don't
because it's him.
He would have been like,
Shoddy's,
no, I don't want to do that.
Shoddy's going to be like, no, we're just running the ball.
Oh, Shoddy, and that's why Shoddy's there. I don't blame Shoddy at all because he's brought the best out of this offense. He's modernized a an ancient offense, I guess. But it's embarrassing, man.
I was listening to another podcast, and they were talking about Bill O'Brien said they didn't go for it on 4th and 1 because they didn't have a 4th and 1 play. And then someone said, well, you think Pete Carroll would go for it? What do you think Pete Carroll has 4th and 1 plays? They're like, no, Pete Carroll doesn't go for it on 4th down. So I can actually believe it if he said that.
Yeah.
But Bill O'Brien literally said, I don't have a 4th and 1 play.
Yeah, that's frustrating.
If my coach said that, I would be so fucking pissed.
I don't know what to do because the great thing for me, I've been ranting about Pete Carroll for 3 years now. If you've listened to this podcast, you know that he's not my favorite just because it's a complete lack of adjustments. When you have a smart coach, and as Green Bay does, they made adjustments and they won the game because they're like, oh, okay, Seattle's just going to keep doing the same shit. No problem.
Seattle's not going to stop the fade route and not going to stop the slant.
Yeah.
They only ran 2 routes.
Let's talk about some of that base shit that obviously Seattle plays more base than anyone else.
Yeah, you guys don't get out of your 3 linebacker set ever.
Correct. So Carroll was not. He basically didn't have any issue with like, hey, yeah, we were in base almost 70% of the time in a passing league. So he rolls off some numbers from the last 5 games of the season. I think we were 2-3 in that stretch, anyways. So I don't know what the fuck he's talking about, but he basically said we were good at defending the run. Yeah, I bet.
Gotta stop the run.
Bet you were great at defending the run with the 3 linebackers while you're getting shredded on slant routes and by every tight end in the fucking league.
Jimmy Graham had 60 yards on them.
He also noted that opponents did not use as many 3 receiver sets against Seattle's base defense as the Seahawks anticipated. And he said, seeing how teams reacted to what the Seahawks did this year was a good learning year for us. You don't have a fucking whole year to learn in the prime of your quarterback's career. You can't just waste a year to learn that you shouldn't be playing base fucking defense in a passing league. I don't understand, man. I really don't. There's no one there saying anything. That I don't put it on Pete Carroll that much because he's winning games and they're successful. But there's no one else there saying we can't do this. This is wrong, and you have a star quarterback. You need to figure it out and make some adjustments, or you need to go.
Yeah, I think I told you, like, what's if you could just trade Pete Carroll for Sean McVay?
Yeah.
Like, can you imagine what McVay would do if he got his hands on Russell Wilson?
He
made golf into an MVP. He did golf to the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
And golf. You saw how golf is now.
No, yeah, I completely understand. Just someone. It just needs to be like, hey, man, look, we're not going to run, 70% of the time in the first half of games. Right? Is that really that hard to say to someone?
And I don't get why you don't run the hurry up.
Or just be like, hey, we're going to run play action more.
Good Lord.
We're gonna up our play action by 30% in the first half. I mean, do you remember the comments from the game, like the audio from the game before, where Russell's talking about wide open play action was versus the Eagles?
Yeah.
And it's like
he's like, we should run it every time. He's like, they're wide open. Look at them.
Yeah, and we're not gonna do it. We're running these fucking
dives.
Marshawn dives. Which, no offense to Marshawn, but like that's. When your running backs go out, when Chris Carson goes out and Penny goes out, and Pro-Size never fucking plays anyways, but when those guys go out, how is it not just, okay, Russell's going to throw it 55 times? Yeah. Sure. We have Tyler Lockett and DK Metcalf. Like, who cares?
Even Jacob Hollister was catching passes.
Yeah, and like he way overachieved this year because Russell's great and he's able to
make bad players.
Yeah, he makes it happen for him. But why is there really a downside to have Russell Wilson having the ball and you losing with the ball in Russell Wilson's fucking hands?
Who was your wide receiver? 16, 17, 18?
Turner
dropped it.
Yeah.
Russell Wilson hit him right in the numbers.
Yeah.
Can you get that guy some receivers? You guys got him one late second round pick, and look what he did to him.
Right. Yeah.
We had over almost 1,200 yards, including the playoffs.
And brought up something, not necessarily get rid of Pete Carroll, but rebuild the offense just around Russ. Don't even fucking worry about defense. Don't worry about anything else. Just offense this offseason. And I'm down with that, but if you're not going to change the entire philosophy, then what do? Well, I mean, look at our offensive line. We have 2 or 3 guys that are basically all run blockers.
Yeah.
And so now you're talking about changing over the entire offensive line to try to accommodate in 1 year. That's just not going to work.
But I do like just seeing Russ scramble, and all of a sudden he's been back there for 15 seconds and no one's still open.
Why? I mean, why is this not a... It's frustrating, man, to go on and to see every analyst and every smart football person that you actually respect and like to read or listen to, and they're all saying this is a joke. Like, it's insane. You have one of the best passers in the league and 2 good receivers, and it doesn't matter.
Russell just fucking slings the ball. He'll have like 20 completions for like 400 yards.
It's really frustrating, man. It sucks. It really sucks to watch, and it's like it's cool to get to the playoffs, but I don't know if that's worth it. To watch an entire prime of one of the best players you've ever seen get wasted.
It would be just crazy if he allowed him to go through wide receivers, 4 wide receivers, and just run play action.
Yeah.
He doesn't get hit ever.
Yeah.
It's insane. Like, you just watch him, even if I'm not a Seahawk fan, I just want to see him get blown up, and I'm like, slides, gets away, he dives at the right time. It's like he never gets hit. Even his sacks, I was like, he never takes a big hit. I was like, I'll see Dak sit there and just get drilled, and Russell Wilson throws it and somehow barely gets nudged. And I'm like, how? Why? Yeah. I don't know how he does it, but he does it.
Yeah, and not letting Russell Wilson, try to make something happen on that 4th and 11. It's inexcusable, dude. Like, let the best player on the field try something, because your defense isn't going to do it.
Yeah. And then that's kind of on. You said his name's Turner.
Yes, absolutely.
He just catch the ball.
Yeah. For sure.
Like, it's the playoffs. You're wide open. He throws it to you, and you just drop it.
I mean, but if they just look at their own data, like, they were 4 of 7 on 3rd and 10 or longer. Gosh. So, like, just do it. Like, I don't know, man. It sucks. You're telling me that Russell can't move out of the pocket and make something happen?
No, and even then, they still had to get, like, I don't know what the difference is between them having the ball at the 40 and them having the ball at the 11. You still have to score a touchdown.
I don't know. I have no idea. I don't know what goes through this guy's head or their philosophy. No one understands it. It doesn't make any goddamn sense. But Russell Wilson's going to be 31 years old. Already? Or he is 31.
Already?
He's somewhere close. Yes. Yeah. We're wasting it.
I feel like he should be like 28.
I agree. Because we wasted those years as well. When we were getting blown out by the fucking Panthers in the first half.
Oh, and he brought him back almost.
Yeah. Hey, guess what happens when Russell Wilson has the ball? You can score points.
It's a weird concept.
Yeah. So I don't know. Nothing else on the Seahawks. I just hope that something changes. If Pete Carroll straight up just left or got fired, I would not feel bad.
And who's your defensive coordinator?
That would be the great Ken Norton.
He was drawing up some blitzes.
He was. People hate him. I don't know how you can hate. People are like, well, when Gus Bradley was here, and it's like, okay.
He also had the 4 Hall of Famers.
Yeah. So what do you want to do? And Pete still thinks they have that because clearly he keeps coaching that way.
We should ask Jaguars and Chargers fans how they feel about Gus Bradley.
How do you keep coaching like you have 4 Hall of Famers and like 5 other Pro Bowlers on your roster on defense and let your offense run the same way? Like, don't worry, the defense will hold them. Pete, that was 6 years ago. Can we please do something else?
Right. It's weird. No, but
31 years old for Russell Wilson.
Sheesh, he seems way younger.
Yeah.
But yeah, can they get him an athletic tight end? Disley's good, but he plays.
I want Disley off the roster. Him and Procise, no one should have them on the roster. That's the situation where it's like, okay, everyone on our team's hurt. Where's Will Disley? Like, is he at home somewhere? We can go pick him up.
What did he tweet? He said, I'm ready?
He said something about coming back strong. It doesn't matter, dude. You're going to get hurt.
But when he plays, he gets 100 yards every game.
Well, okay, go get someone else that can play tight end. Where's O.J. Howard? No one throws at him.
Yeah, I don't know why no one's traded for him yet. He's going to the Patriots.
Yeah.
Speaking of the Patriots, if you guys watched The Mind of Aaron Hernandez...
I'm starting to watch it. I watched the first episode.
Let you guys shout us on Twitter. Let us know what your guys' thoughts are.
Yeah. Interesting.
Yeah, it's we'll let you
polarizing.
Yeah, we'll let you guys decide for yourselves.
Josh McDaniels is still there, right?
Yeah, no top team lost anybody.
Yeah. So Stefanski. Well, I mean the Vikings lost Stefanski. So
They have Kubiak there. gotta run the ball.
That's like me and Ant talking about the other day. Like Mike Munchak will get hired before any black coach gets hired in the NFL somehow.
Yeah, I don't get how Eric B doesn't get hired.
Yeah, yeah, that doesn't make sense.
He's
unreal.
He's calling the plays. All the other play callers got it, but he got to wait a little longer.
Yeah, insane.
Yeah. Well, look, the last one they hired Brian Flores. Look at him.
Yeah. Exactly. Good coaches can coach, it turns out.
He might have overcoached that team because now they got to trade up to get to
Seriously, he's actually a bad coach now.
Yeah.
Let's recap last week a little bit. Sorry for going on the rant about the Seahawks. It has to happen. Seahawks Twitter, like I said, people are turning on Pete Carroll. This is a big juncture for us. We either need to, as fans, decide to fully push on with this until Pete Carroll gets the fucking message, or we need to send him away to wherever the fuck he wants to go, whatever nursing home he's going to wind up in. Get him out of here.
He needs to go back to USC because
go to USC, dude. Please, just get out of my life.
Yeah, it just
let Russell coach.
Yeah, it just sucks that you guys are just winning 10 games every year now.
Yeah,
but
because of Russell.
Yeah, Russell Wilson's winning in spite of coaching.
I need Russell Wilson to go to the ownership and say it's me or him.
He's too nice.
Yeah, he won't do that.
He's
he
way
likes
too
Pete.
nice. Like,
I like Pete too.
Thanks. Yeah. Can they just have him like as can they get like co-coaches?
Can't he just be like president of football operations? Get the talent and get the talent in there and go and do speeches and shit. Do yoga sessions. Last week we had Minnesota at San Fran. San Fran was -7. I took San Fran. You took Minnesota.
That game was so boring.
It was not a good game. San Fran is a really good football team.
It was almost like the Vikings were in a dogfight the week before.
Yeah. Yep. I went San Fran just because I felt like Minnesota had hit their Super Bowl with the previous week. So then we had Tennessee at Baltimore. We both took Baltimore, of course, with the rest of the country.
What's the world?
-10. Yikes. Derrick Henry, man. Love it. I love what Tennessee's doing. People want to act like Tannehill's not doing shit, but he threw that perfect pass off the play action. That shit was amazing.
The first two plays, first two drives, that's all. Up 14-0. You don't take the ball out of your quarterback's hand. Don't matter.
Yep. Lamar, it was just a tough game.
Yeah, he put up the numbers, but it just receivers didn't help.
They were shook, man.
Yeah. He doesn't have someone he can just throw the ball. He doesn't have a Travis Kelce.
Right.
Or Mark Andrews didn't play because he was hurt.
Mark Andrews was hurt the whole year or two. It felt like he just wasn't right the whole year. Like he was good, but if he had just been healthy towards the end of the year. Lamar also was coming off the flu. Didn't know that.
I wish they would have specified that.
Yeah, that sucks.
For gambling purposes.
I feel like once I have the flu, it's like 3 weeks until I feel great.
I think right now, if you get the strand A, you get an automatic doctor's note for 7 days. Like they don't want you by anybody.
Yeah. So I don't think anything less of Lamar. I thought he had just an average game. He didn't play like an MVP, but the rest of the team didn't really play that well either. So. And
then the defense was scared to tackle.
Yeah. And Mark Ingram was not, once again,
well, he's hurt.
He's done.
Pulled his calf.
So that sucks.
It just sucks they got injuries at the worst time. And then also, this is another rest versus rust. They sat everyone week 17. They had a bye, and then the weather was not fun. And then, boom, they got their asses kicked.
Yeah. Well, it was nice there, right? Baltimore was 60 degrees.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it just... it was almost they should have just played for snow.
Dude, they got their asses kicked. Like physically, it was an ass whooping.
The O-line was just Tennessee O-line was just
incredible.
Off. And it just like Henry, I don't. Well, he's just insane. His last 8 games, he's at almost 1,300 yards.
Unbelievable.
That's
he's passed any sort of PED test.
Yeah,
because that man.
How he's been like that since high school.
I know.
Remember,
it's just crazy that this guy can run run 30 times a game, multiple games in a row.
I think Ant showed it that in high school he had 500 yards in one game. Like, what? Like, don't you bench him at that point?
We both took Seattle +4, and they lose by 5.
That was... You knew that 2-point conversion was a comeback.
Yep.
I was like, the line closed at 4.5, and Vegas always fucking knows.
Yep. Houston and KC, we both took KC because we know Patty Mahomes always got to be -10, baby.
How do you... even when it was 24-0, I didn't think... I was just watching the game with the family, and I was like...
That was the thing. I feel like everyone was like, man, this sucks for the Chiefs, but they can still come back.
Yeah,
no one was like, oh, it's over.
Yeah, because I feel like every bad thing that could happen to the Chiefs happened, and I was like, wait, it's the first quarter?
Yeah, they have 3 quarters to score 3-4 touchdowns? No problem.
And I was like, oh, they'll get back within the fourth quarter, and then they had the lead in the second quarter.
Oh, and I was talking to our friend Zeluk during the game. We were basically just like, the Texans can't really run. I don't really trust any of their running backs. No. So just let Deshaun sling it around, Fuck it. Try to put your foot on the gas and score some more. And that defense kind of tightened down. I think the Texans offense, their buttholes got a little tight, and from then on it was game over.
Well, once they went for it on the 4th and 1 and they kicked the field goal instead of goal. Even though everyone on Twitter is like, the analytics people were like, hey, this is exactly where you go for it. 28.
Yeah.
And then on the next drive he does a fake punt at his own 31.
Yeah, he outcoached himself.
But he wouldn't go for on 4th and 1 at their 18.
Right.
Because he said they don't have a 4th and 1 play. Don't forget he's also the GM of this team.
Yes, and they were basically all in on this season.
Yeah.
So that's going to be interesting. Yeah. So I don't know. I don't know what happens with Houston in the future, but they keep winning the division.
And it's almost like if they had someone like Jadeveon Clowney.
Yeah.
They need a pass rush.
We had him.
Yeah, but he's literally the only guy you guys got.
Yeah, it's true.
Wait, you guys should have.
We couldn't send the fucking 8 linebackers we have on the field out.
Well, once they put in the Griffin package, they were getting to the quarterback.
Yeah, for sure.
That's something they could look at for next year.
It's a learning year, as Pete Carroll said.
Shit.
Some bets that we gave out. I gave out to do 2 things for the San Fran first half. I gave out San Fran by 1-3, winning the first half, winning by 1-3 points. That was +700. They wound up winning, and I also did San Fran by 4-6. So basically, I said those 2 bets. If you put 100 on each, doesn't matter because you'll probably win one and you'll win a ton of money. Turns out it was San Fran by 4-6. Like I said, $850. So you put $100 on that, you win $850. If you had bet $200 or $100 on each one, you still would be up $650. So that was an insane bet that I felt was pretty easy. I mean, the odds were insane there. So hopefully someone did that. And we're going to look at those. I'll look at those sometimes, probably towards the Super Bowl. I'm not sure about this weekend. I did, will special teams or defensive touchdown be scored in this game? I don't even remember if that happened. I don't think it did.
No, Sherman got tackled on his.
Oh, okay, yeah. Okay, so that was close. That would have been +200. What was the other ones? First score, San Fran field goal, I think was +200. What the hell was it? That was a touchdown, San Fran touchdown. Yeah, so no. You did first time out, Tennessee, I think. Was that you?
Yeah.
That was -140. I honestly don't know what happened with that. KC, I gave out KC -7 in the first half.
Mm-hmm. They did.
What?
Yeah, remember they came back. It was 24.
24-21, was it?
Yeah. They only up by, there must have been, I think 28-24, they were up by 3.
What a wild ride you would have been on if you'd taken that. They're just sitting there like, oh my God, this bet's done, and then all of a sudden you're back in it. What else did we do for KC?
Oh, the over the touchdown.
Longest touchdown over 42 yards.
That one was over instantly.
Yeah.
I was over on the first touchdown of the game. to Kenny Stills.
That's crazy.
He was wide open.
And I was like, I don't know about that, but you were telling me about all the skill position guys, and it made sense as to why it was minus 115.
Yeah.
Defensive or special teams touchdown. Was there one in that game? I don't think so.
Yeah, they blocked the punt. Lane Johnson.
Oh, you're right. Well, you put no for minus 275. So
I put no?
Yes.
Damn.
Yes.
I thought, oh, fuck. Damn, yeah. Well, it's on me. My bad, guys. I thought I put yes.
Seahawks and Packers. The highest scoring half, I said, would be the second half of that game.
Easy.
Because the Seahawks, like I said, don't do shit in the first half. Let's see, it was 24 in the first half and 27 in the second half.
Yeah.
Yep. So that one cashed at minus 110. I also had the Seahawks value at plus 400 for a 1 to 6 point win, which they did not do. I believe the Packers were plus 350 if you had taken the reverse of that.
Remember, we said all they do is play close games.
Yeah, either one would have worked. So either way, some decent gambling ops there. Anything else to wrap up last week? Obviously, the Chiefs thing was crazy and whatever, but
it's
crazy.
It's the fucking
Texans.
I think I don't know. Maybe I was telling my dad. I was like, the Chiefs just scored 51 points, and we just think like, oh hey, damn, that's cool.
That's pretty nice. Yeah, like, that's the Chiefs.
Like we just think
Mahomes is back.
Yeah,
that's scary.
we were just like, oh, the 51, that's cool. Like I don't know if it's fantasy football or if we're just used to it because of the spread option, the spread that's going around in NFL, and we're just like, oh. Like 51 points, that's cool. We're like, no, they just scored 51 points in a fucking playoff game.
They just roasted someone for 50.
They were down 24 and they still won by 20.
Yeah.
They went on a 48-3 spree to end the game.
So let's analyze these teams a little bit. We got Tennessee, KC, Green Bay, and San Fran. Obviously, Tennessee's the surprise here. San Fran, before the season, a little bit of a surprise. Green Bay, people didn't really have too much on the radar. They were kind of interested in the coach and what they would do to change things around Rodgers. And KC, obviously, was one of the favorites. So we've got 2 elite quarterbacks and 2 average quarterbacks. One was literally a cast-off quarterback, one a prospect.
We have 1 elite quarterback, 1 above average quarterback.
You're putting Aaron Rodgers at above average?
Yeah.
All right.
You'll see this weekend when he's losing 38-3. How people say he's elite.
Well,
people forget the Niners literally spanked them, and the Niners had so many players out.
It's tough to play the same team twice now, Rich.
That's also true.
I don't know. Matt LaFleur seems like a smart coach. Maybe not as smart as Kyle Shanahan, but seems like a smart coach. So I think he'll scheme some stuff up.
Well, he better, because Kyle Shanahan took them into the woodshed last time. Remember they flexed it a Sunday night and were like, oh, this game should be good, and then it was like 38-14, some weird ass score.
So, but it's kind of nice because we've got the 2 really good quarterbacks on either side of the game. So going up against quarterbacks that are kind of whatever. We have 2 running teams. I guess Green Bay would be considered a running team as well. Yeah. So 3 teams that run the ball. 1, the best possibly of the last 20 years. And then Green Bay, who has Aaron Rodgers to kind of back up their game. And then San Fran, that just has an incredible scheme game, much like the Rams last year.
And a stable of running backs.
Yes.
Can we just real quick, I love all the old school people, anti-analytics.
Yes.
Like just loving the Derrick Henry carrying his team.
Right.
Tannehill having 75 yards and 87 yards passing into playoff wins.
Oh my God, yeah, it's great. It's great watching those people come out and be like, we'll see what happens. It's like you realize Baltimore was the best running team like ever.
They had the most yards all time running.
Yeah. So I don't want to hear it from the anti-analytics crowd
like,
today.
Hey, but if you run the ball.
Yep. Yeah, if you get 20 carries, you can win a game.
But you know how they got up? They threw it twice to go up 14-0.
The fucking play action was amazing.
And Mariota, Derrick Henry couldn't throw it to Mariota?
Damn, I know, right?
Come
Get the kid some burn.
One last time, just give him the rock.
Mariota has not lost in the playoffs, right?
Yeah. And he's beaten Kansas. He's beaten Kansas City in the playoffs, too. So, hey.
Best skill position or best skill players on offense. Which team has the best group?
Kansas City.
Yeah, that's pretty
The
easy,
wide
right?
rece-
Who's second?
It's so dumb. Their wide receivers all just run like 4.2s.
Yep.
I get tired of watching them.
Yeah, it's insane.
They just run sweeps, jets,
And even Williams is starting to play better now.
Yeah, I was like, oh, Damian Williams is not hurt no more.
Yeah.
Hey, look it. He's explosive.
Okay, so who's second? Tennessee or San Fran for me? I mean, I guess you could say Tennessee. A lot of people say they're a one-trick pony, but it's Derrick Henry, A.J. Brown. Those guys can fucking
Corey
go,
Davis
dude.
is a first-round pick, and I like Janu Smith. He's athletic, and somehow he's...
So would you rather have that or Devontae by himself?
Devontae's last.
Okay, so it'd be all those running backs in San Fran with Kittle and Debo.
Oh, yeah. Kittle, Debo,
I think I'm going to give it to San Fran.
Yeah.
Those guys probably have the second best group of skill guys.
Yeah, I was a big Austin Pettis dude, but I don't know. He just can't. It was like even in that scheme, he can't seem to hack it.
Sometimes it doesn't work out for those type of guys, like Michael James, like a lot of those dudes, like that just have burner speed or just can make plays in the open field. Just I don't know, just doesn't work. John Ross, same thing.
Yeah, just I don't know. I thought he was gonna be. I don't know.
I thought he'd be good. I mean, maybe eventually they'll find some sort of package for him and put him in a Tavon role or something.
Yeah.
But okay.
And I will give a shout out. I saw their second round pick from Colorado. I think his name is Witherspoon from Colorado, the cornerback. He got benched, and then he went up to the special teams coach and was like, "Hey, the guy that took my spot, I want all his fucking reps on special teams. Tell me his assignment." And everyone's like, "Well, that's just the culture they have
Wait,
now."
who was this for?
Niners.
Oh, the Niners.
So he got benched in the second quarter, and he went up to the special teams coach. He's like, "Hey, he's not gonna play the whole game. He needs to have all his energy for defense.
Yeah.
Let me know which who do I need to talk to.
Let me know what I can blow on special teams to lose that job
yeah.
too."
He's like, "Let me know all his special team assignments so that I can do them."
So what about best secondary?
Got to be the Niners.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Sherman. I don't know. Sherman just fucking.
He's great. Yeah. He's awesome.
And somehow they threw it at him once all game, and it was directly to him.
Don't do it. Like obviously, you should never do that anymore. Just stop until he's like done with playing football.
Even Thielen, he was like, "Hey, I'm covered." Did barely turned around, and then Sherman had the ball in his hands.
Who would be second then? I kind of like Green Bay's secondary, but
somehow they get beat a lot.
Yeah, they were much better at the beginning of the year when no one knew what they were going to be doing. Tennessee with Byard back there isn't bad.
Yeah, and the Dory in the slot. I would probably the Chiefs. But
really, I don't know. I don't like the Chiefs secondary
I just like
much.
I just like one of their corners. That's it.
Yeah,
that's a tough one actually.
I think I'm gonna go. I think I'm gonna go with Green Bay just because of some of the experience and just the athleticism. But I don't know. It really is a toss-up. No, I'll go Tennessee. I just like Byard that much. I feel like he always makes a play.
And he called out Dion.
Yeah. Yeah, that's always good.
Yeah,
extra points.
Yeah, we can do Titans too.
Yeah, and Jackson in the slot. I mean, they're gonna get roasted this week, so that's not gonna look good. But
yeah, Dory ran like a 4.29, but he's in the guard. Tyreek's still gonna have like 5 steps on him.
What about best offensive scheme? It's got to be a tie between San Fran and KC, right?
I thought it was going to be Tennessee, just giving the ball to...
I mean, yeah, that they have definitely created something that most people seem to not be able to stop.
Yeah, and he has 1,300 yards in the last 8 games.
Yeah.
That's what you have in a season.
Yeah. No, it's impressive. Yeah. A lot of people say Tannehill, is just there. It's not anything to do with him, but a lot of it does have to do with someone that can actually make a play.
Especially, when he only has to make 2 throws.
Yeah,
and he makes them, and then the naked bootlegs, like you have to honor that. And no, but you have to be San Francisco. They don't have as good as weapons as
quarterback.
They have Jimmy G, who's guaranteed to throw a pick.
Terrible pick.
Yeah, what are you looking at, dude? Like, is your vision on Madden? Like the Michael Vick
the Madden
vision?
cone.
Yeah.
He has a bad Madden cone. I think Shanahan, the way it's just window dressing. A lot of it's the McVay type stuff, but they widen out that field and they'll hand it off to Debo. They'll do whatever they need to just make guys move from left to right and wear you out in that run game, and then they get it to Kittle. So,
and somehow they always have receivers running across the middle free.
They always have guys that fight for extra yards too, which is annoying as shit. Like, they're going to get extra yards.
Yeah,
it's crazy.
Kittle, Debo, Manuel Sanders is always doing that weird lunge for extra yards. Yep. The running backs are falling forward. That's the worst when you see. I guess Zeke does it, but just when the running backs fall forward for extra 2 yards, you're like, dude, you got hit back there. Just fall down.
Yeah. Okay. And who would you put? So it's you would go San Fran, KC, and then Tennessee.
Then Tennessee.
Yeah. Green Bay doesn't really. They basically just take advantage of what you're doing wrong.
Yeah.
That's
like they're like, oh, hey, you're not, because you've seen them struggle at times when you take away Devontae Adams. And you take away their running game, and
that's exactly what Robert Saleh and these guys are going to try to do. They already said they're going to do, like you were telling me before, this game. They're already saying, we're taking away Devontae Adams.
Yeah, they said Devontae Adams is not going to beat him. We'll double team him. We'll shadow him. We'll run a cloud coverage on him.
It's the exact opposite of what Pete Carroll did. It was like, who the fuck do we have out there? Just tell him to get on Devontae.
Oh, we have Ugo.
Yeah, where's our rookie corner? Get him on him.
Who you don't let play because he doesn't have experience.
Aaron Rodgers won't figure that out.
And then he's like,
Devontae was running these fucking amazing routes on top of being a good receiver, and just no more Seahawks.
That fade route that they run, Aaron Rodgers was missing it all year because he couldn't get the timing right.
Right.
And of course, it was the one time.
It turns out he's still Aaron Rodgers. It's okay. And best defensive scheme. Would you consider any of these defenses elite?
God, they got elite pass rushers.
There's elite pieces. Like San Fran's defense, I would say, has the highest potential to be the best in the playoffs. Yeah.
Frank Clark's
they could put together a game where they just fucking score 7. Yeah. So
Bosa, they have every guy on the offense line. Defense line is a first round pick.
Top 10 now, and Quan is back in the mix at least.
And then they still have Fred Warner. Their backup, I always forget his name, was doing really well.
Greenlaw. Yeah.
Sherman's out there. Their safeties were
just
Jimmy Ward. They were all high second round picks because when you suck for so long, you get a bunch of good picks and you got to hit. You don't always have to hit eventually. Look at the Browns. Well, they finally did hit, but it turned out all their picks they're good, and they're all young.
Yeah. And
they had these big free agent signings because they sucked and they couldn't sign anyone because they didn't have anybody.
Right.
And they're like, it's just a perfect formula.
Yeah. No, it's crazy that you're gonna have to apologize to John Lynch. Somebody's got to apologize to the man.
Everybody has to apologize. Man, I remember we were just bashing on him.
Yeah, for sure. I'm gonna go with San Fran having. I guess schematically, I don't know. It seems like they're just uber talented. Maybe they don't have a crazy good scheme, but definitely talented. Second, I don't know.
We can't even put Tennessee's up there.
Yeah.
They'd shut down Lamar.
Yeah, that's true. They just shut down the MVP.
Lamar had, I think they said 19 plays in the red zone?
Right.
And they scored 14 points.
Yep.
Like they just straight out stopped them.
Yeah. They made them go left to right instead of getting upfield and made it happen. Yeah.
And the wide receivers didn't want to catch anything because they were going to get hit.
Yeah, for sure. I'll give it to Tennessee, even though I like that Green Bay defense a little bit.
Yeah.
KC, I think, is the most. I don't think they really have a good scheme. I think it's just like either they're going to show up or they're not.
Yeah, and their scheme is, hey, I'm up 10 points. Patrick Mahomes is killing it.
Let the dogs loose.
That's when they started running Gauge 8. And all of a sudden, Frank Clark's in the backfield every fucking play.
Sizzle's out there.
Yeah. Frank Clark had, was it 3 sacks?
I think so, yeah.
Good Lord. And everyone was...
Me and Ant were sitting there first quarters like, God, what happened to Frank Clark? And then he went crazy.
Yeah, and then there was one that, if all the rushers you're going to let run free...
Yeah, the only one on the fucking team. Seriously, the only guy they have.
Chris Jones is out, so you don't have to worry about the middle. And it's like, hey, they have one guy now.
Yeah.
It's Frank Clark. And you're just let him tee off on our quarterback.
Well, let's talk about that a little bit. We got Tennessee at KC -7. Chris Jones, if he's out, that's going to be a major issue right up the middle for them boys in KC. That's not going to be good with Derrick Henry running wild like Hulkamania in 98 or 88.
Didn't he have 150, 60 yards in them last game?
Yeah.
They played a week 10.
I'm worried. I'm worried about KC.
Yeah,
Mahomes, like, it's just going to be Henry running for a touchdown, Mahomes throwing, Henry run. Like, this is going to be the weirdest offensive shootout I've ever seen.
Yeah. Mahomes last game, or last time they played week 10, he had 400 yards and 3 touchdowns, and they still lost.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm going to take Tennessee +7 here.
Wait, can we before we start about that?
Yes.
That prop swap or whatever I was looking at.
Yes.
That damn person, you put a $10 bet.
Right.
For
Derrick Henry
to score the first touchdown in the Super Bowl at +27,000, and you sold it for $100.
Wait, I thought it was +275 or something.
No, because he was winning over. He bet $10 and he was winning 2,700. It was like +27,000.
Well, that changes things.
Because he was winning from $10.
Look,
to
maybe the man really needed. He sold it for
$180.
Oh my god! Yeah, that's inexcusable. You got to hold on to that.
It's
and take
$10.
The fucking loss.
Here, I'll give you $10 for you just to hold on to it.
Yeah, seriously. One of his friends couldn't be like, "Look, dude, here, I'm just gonna give you $20. Just fucking hold on."
Imagine if you put $100, it would have been like +2.
Yeah, it was $10 to win 2,750, and he sold it for $145.
145. That makes it even worse.
Hey, you know what? He made a lot of money off of that.
And next time you have a prop like that, let me know and I'll put it in on it too.
Yeah, I'll just take it.
Yeah. Who would have thought he was just like, hey, Derrick Henry, $10.
What is it still? 18-1 essentially? Yeah, it's 18-1 for the new guy who bought it at 145.
Yeah.
Incredible. So what do you feel here? I'm going Tennessee +7. 7 points. Look, if they can stop Lamar, they can try to stop Patty Mahomes. Who knows?
Yeah, and they stopped Brady. They got to play Brady, Lamar, and Mahomes.
That sucks. That's not good.
And if they do it, then what?
Then they're the best team in the NFL.
Like, that's fucking insane.
Yeah. And we were very close to getting a double Belichick assistant Super Bowl guaranteed.
And is Vrabel still chopping off his dick?
We're gonna find out, brother. You'll know Sunday.
His wife better tweet something.
Who do you have?
I gotta keep riding KC. They should be +10. Mahomes -10. They should always be -10.
All right.
Well, we said the same thing about Lamar, and then they got smoked.
Yes.
But I'll go KC -7.
Green Bay at San Fran. San Fran's -7.5. And we're going to hear about Aaron Rodgers going back to the team that passed him over for the 50,000th time. He's back in Cali again. It's just, I don't really give a shit about the storyline. But I do want Green Bay to win this game because I picked them to go to the Super Bowl. What was my prediction? Who did I have them going up against? KC?
Yeah.
I'm still alive then, is what you're telling me. Mm-hmm. Who did you have? What was
the preseason?
How many Super Bowl predictions do we have?
Preseason was Cowboys. Preseason was Cowboys, Pats. Playoffs was Saints, Chiefs. Last week was Seahawks, Chiefs.
All right, now who do you got?
Niners, Seahawks.
Okay.
Niners.
Seahawks are out.
Seahawks out. Niners, Chiefs.
Okay, you're going safe route. Great. So I'm still alive with my original bet of KC Green Bay +1,000.
Good Lord.
Yep. Okay.
It's almost as good as Jameis.
I'm going to take Green Bay in a 7.5 only because there's a half a point there. I still think San Fran's the better and best team in the playoffs right now.
So are they saying that if Green Bay and the Vikings would have met in the playoffs, it would have been a half a point?
I have no clue.
Because they're worse odds than Minnesota was? Minnesota was -7.
Were they?
Yeah. They were -7. And Green Bay's -7.5. Right.
Yeah, I don't know. That doesn't make a lot of goddamn sense.
Like, I don't get Vegas.
Yeah.
But Vegas always knows, and that half point's gonna come down.
It's come down to the half point. Yeah. That hook is happening.
Why can't they just do 7 so we all push?
I hope that Aaron Rodgers just somehow throws 5 touchdowns.
Fuck you, tour.
Yeah, who you got? You're taking Green Bay with the 7.5?
Fuck no, I'm taking San Francisco. Riding out the favorites.
San Fran could shut them out.
Wait, but didn't you tell us last year the favorites didn't win?
Did I?
It was supposed to be the Saints, and then it's supposed to be the Chiefs.
Yes.
And they both lost. Both home teams lost.
Yes, you're right.
Chiefs can't lose 2 in a row at home.
They better
in
not.
The conference championship.
Also, I gave out the under for that KC game last week. No, that did not happen. KC happened to hit the over by themselves.
Yeah.
I'm still giving the under in this game, whatever it is. Just take it in the KC game, at least.
Yeah, because they're not covering 2 games in a row. Which they're gonna do.
Give me your best props. And I want to know if I agree.
Real quick, the over/under is 53 for the Chiefs game. 61% of the bets are on the Chiefs. 65 are on the over. So
61
are on the Chiefs.
No, wait. What was the over/under?
53.
Oh, okay.
61% of the tickets are on the Chiefs. 65% of the tickets are on the over.
Dumb. Nope. Yeah. That's going under.
And then the Green Bay, San Fran, it stayed at 45. It opened and stayed at 45 for the over/under. 74% of the tickets are on the over. So bet the under because fade the public, I feel like, on that one.
Yeah.
And only 57% of the tickets are on San Fran, 7.5, which that's a lot of points for them.
Yep. Yeah, I agree. For 2 teams that are going to run the shit out of the ball.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you have some props?
Yes.
All right, let's hear
it. My favorite one. Ryan Tannehill, over/under 233 passing yards.
Over/under 233 passing yards. Why would this happen? Why would he go over that?
Why he hasn't had 200 passing yards combined in the 2 playoff games?
Yeah, that doesn't make sense. They're just expecting him to get blown out?
Even if they're blowing them out, they're still going to run the ball.
I agree.
They had a 2-minute drive against the Pats, and they ran the ball.
It's hard to blow someone out when it's like, the third quarter, 14-7, because they have the ball so much. Yeah. When the Titans have the ball for 8 minutes a quarter, you can't really get blown out.
And the Honey Badger said in an interview today after practice that week 10 trying to tackle Derrick Henry, he's like, I was running into a walk wall. He's like, that shit sucked.
Yeah.
And now they have to do it when it's cold out?
Nope. No thanks. Not there. Not at that stadium.
Yeah, and Derrick Henry just lives for that shit.
So what's the under?
Minus 121.
I'll take it.
That seems too easy, right?
Very easy. It's not going to happen. Tannehill's throwing for 300.
And Tannehill's completions, 17.5.
Whoa. So you're going under on that as well?
Yeah, I don't think he's had 17 complete. I don't think he's thrown 17 balls in the last 2 weeks.
Okay, so we can go under on completions and yardage.
Yeah.
I don't think I'm going to go under on the completions. I could see him throwing for 200 yards on on his
20 completions.
Yeah. But it was 17.5.
Yeah.
What's the over?
They're both 114, minus 114.
Okay. So you can kind of hedge.
Yeah.
On whatever you want to do for the passing yards there. Okay. What else?
The other one I liked was the over/under on Damian Williams. Same game, Damian Williams receptions.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Over 3.5 receptions for plus 108.
Over under 3.5
receptions.
And it's plus 108 for the over?
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that. That's great.
And it's only 26 yards he has to get, too. But I was like, we'll stay away from that. It was like, I don't want to get too heavy on that. It was like, over/under, it's only 26 yards off 4 receptions. I was like, that seems, they're going to run screens. That's what they do.
Yeah. And watch, it's going to be 3. He's going to get 3 for sure.
He's going to get 3 for 25 yards.
What else?
I don't know if I will tell you some Patrick Mahomes props. Over/under touchdowns is exactly 2.
Only 2?
Yeah, it's over/under is dead 2. So he's gonna have to have 3 or more.
Who's taking under 2?
Plus 123. Hoping for a push.
No, that's stupid.
He had 3 against them last time. He had 400 yards.
No, I'm not that. No.
That's
crazy.
Yeah, I feel like that's a weird one, right?
Yeah.
Passing yards is at 306.5. I feel like that's low.
That seems fair-ish. Because, I mean, if you look at time of possession, maybe it won't be nuts.
Yeah, so I kind of want to stay away from the Mahomes props Travis Kelce props seemed kind of high, 79 yards.
That's way too high.
And it's minus 113 each way. And then the over-under receptions is at 6.5. I didn't really like any of those numbers.
Yeah, that's a little too much. What do you think will the game go to overtime?
Yeah, I saw that was at plus 900.
Plus 900. Last year, both games went to overtime. I'm putting yes. Just for fun.
I want the 2-point conversion, successful 2-point conversion.
What's that?
Hold on, let me go back to. I was on. Oh my bad. I was on player props.
You're good. Yeah, I really do like that plus 900 for the game to go to overtime. That's insane. Also, do you think the Chiefs start slow in this game? Because they've done that sometimes this year.
Yeah, well, they're gonna get the ball. Or the Titans are gonna get the ball and have. So real quick, the Titans will get the ball to start the game, and then they're gonna have 8-minute drive, so they have to start slow.
So I'm gonna go. Do you think the Chiefs win the first half?
The first half's gonna be like 7-7.
Really? So you don't think? What do you think that they could win by 1 to 3 points or 4 to 6?
4 to 6.
If it's 4 to 6, you're getting plus 900 at the half.
So
I mean the best odds. Holy shit!
What's over a touchdown?
The best odds for the first half is Chiefs by 13 or more points.
So they haven't blown them out.
They have them blowing them the fuck out. And the odds for that are plus 225. For it to be close, you can get 850, 900, 700, 800. 13 or more points, 2 touchdowns essentially is plus 225. You're not making shit off of that compared to these other odds.
I guess that kind of makes sense because when they were down 24-0, they were only plus 324 on the money line.
Oh, yeah. That had a lot to do with time, though. This is only halftime.
Well, that's great. Plus down 24-0, and they're only plus 300 on the money line.
Vegas knew that there was too much time.
Like, they gave the Vikings the whole game, and they were plus 300 on the money line.
Okay, so what do we do here? Because now we're looking at a Chiefs blowout in the first half.
I like that 4 to 6 for 900.
Okay, let's put that down.
And the special team, no, the 2-point, will there be a successful 2-point conversion attempt in the game? Yes, it's plus 300. Analytics. That's all you got to say. Plus
the
300.
Titans are going to have to go for it because...
yeah, and they're just going to win the ball.
Can you give me how much it was again?
Plus 300. And if you want to be a fun sucker and go no, it's minus 450.
Boo, no.
Boo.
Okay, what about for Green Bay San Fran? Do we have anything for that?
Oh, that boring game.
Yeah, I mean, I'm interested now in seeing what Vegas thinks of these splits for the half.
Yeah.
Because if KC's going to be blowing this team out at half, that's going to make things interesting.
You think San Fran can be
San Fran has the same thing.
No, do you see San Fran to minus 1.5, minus half a point in the first? So they have to be leading after the first quarter. It's minus 120.
Oh, for their first quarter?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That just seems...
Because their halftime, they're minus 4.5 at half. So, I'm looking at the first half margin bet. So if they win by 1 to 3 points or 4 to 6, you're still getting 800, 850. Once again, a blowout is plus 240. So we're looking at Vegas saying we're getting 2 games with blowouts in the first half.
Packers by 10 or 12 plus 1,800. It goes the other way.
Yeah,
but I don't get it. So they blowouts, they just don't want to pay you. Like, is that just to cover their own ass?
I think it's mostly because you're getting 13 and beyond. You're not getting that weird margin. So honestly, you're probably looking more at this 49ers by 7 to 9 would be the more realistic.
Can I double down on your pick last week? And you said first Niners thing would be a field goal. No, field goal.
Oh yeah.
Plus 135.
Is this the Niners first score or game first score?
Niners first score method.
Niners first score.
Field goal 135. Plus 135.
Okay. I like that too.
Yeah. So I got something else. I like that 4 to 6 again.
I don't know. I don't know how to feel about these two teams. I feel like the Niners could be up by 13. I'm kind of worried. What else do we got in here?
For easy money, you just take the Niners first quarter then. Put at minus half.
Yeah. Total turnovers?
They're neither. Has
Jimmy G.
Yeah, it has to be one, and then Aaron Jones fumble.
So that'd be plus 125 for 2 to 3 turnovers.
Ooh.
If you go with 0 to 1 turnovers, you get plus 425. Ooh. Just Jimmy G throwing a pick.
Jimmy G throwing one pick.
Yeah.
It's Aaron Rodgers.
I feel like you got to go 2 to 3 total turnovers, and just in case Sherm gets a hold of something.
Yeah, Aaron Rodgers, if you're listening, just pretend like he's in the Seattle uniform and don't throw at him.
They asked him about on the Levitard. They said, "Are you going to duck at Richard Sherman?" He said, "No, he'll meet him and say hello and give him a handshake at the end of the game."
He gave him that. Answer.
So we're going total turnovers 2 to 3 plus 125. There we go. And
are you doing your special teams touchdown again?
No, definitely not. Can you? Yeah, I don't know. I don't really like too much else in that game.
Yeah, I told you games like that. The overtime plus 850.
Let's do it. Let's just put that too. Plus 850.
Yeah.
Cool. All right. Well, there you have it.
It's guaranteed Packers are calling the first time out on that one too.
Did we win the last one?
Yeah, we had to have.
I don't think so.
Yeah, Titans called it.
They were dominating. Why would they call a timeout?
Shit, they were tired.
Tired of beating that ass. Okay, so
I'm going to double check right now.
What we're going to look for here is I'm going to recap everything. We have Tennessee at KC. KC's -7. I'm going Tennessee. Rich is going KC. Green Bay at San Francisco. -7.5 for the 49ers. Green Bay for me. San Fran for Rich. We are going with Tannehill under 233 passing yards. That's -121. Tannehill, you can go over or under 17.5 completions. Both are at -114, so either way you're losing it. Damian Williams, receptions, total receptions. Over under 3.5. We're going over for 108. Will the game go to overtime? Yes, plus 900. Moving on to the Chiefs game, we have the Chiefs up by 4-6 at halftime for plus 900. Will a 2-point conversion be successfully completed? Yes, plus 300. The Niners' first score being a field goal at plus 145. Total turnovers, 2 to 3 turnovers at plus 125. And overtime, yes, plus 850. That's a lot of good money. I like it. I like where we're at.
Easy money.
Also taking the over-under for the Chiefs game, we're going under 53.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
There's too much running.
No problem. Anything else you can think of?
I'm excited for the games. Some people say... a lot of people say that's the best weekend of football. Best day of football because it's just two teams trying to play for championship.
Yeah. Right. This should be the 4 best. Usually you're getting two of the best teams in the NFL at least right here.
Yeah.
So
we'll
see.
We're getting the hottest one of the best stretches of running backs that we've ever seen.
Right.
Versus the offensive juggernaut.
Right.
And Derrick Henry's trying to get paid.
Seriously.
He's going to get paid. He's a free agent. They have to pay him.
So yeah, looking forward to it. I'm excited. We'll be back next week as long as this snow stops and we'll keep bringing. Hopefully everyone follows some of these recommendations we're giving out.
Yeah.
Because we've done well over the last couple of weeks. So not necessarily on the picks, but the props.
Yeah.
And start getting your hands ready for the Super Bowl prop special. That's going to be amazing.
Don't worry.
50 props.
I can't wait to do a deep analysis. I'm not going to do it on the pod, but I'm talking about my own, about what color Gatorade's going to be used.
Yep, exactly. We're going to be making some phone calls.
Yeah.
To say the least. All right, we'll catch you next week. You had another question?
You're good.
Okay.
I was going to ask, how come it's Gatorade?
Sponsorship money?
Always about money. Corporate America.
We'll catch you next week. Is next week the Pro Bowl? Or do they do that after the season now?
That's Royal Rumble.
Royal Rumble. That's what we'll be talking about.
No, yeah, it's Pro Bowl. You got to do 2 weeks. Senior Bowl's going to be going on for draft people.
And if you weren't already excited for the Pro Bowl, Pete Carroll will be coaching.
Oh, yeah.
How exciting.
Fuck. Is he going to do some inside recruiting?
He's going to be doing some inside zone runs. I'll tell you that much. We'll catch you next week. Pro Bowl sucks. Win some money.
5 stars.